Hi Pisces, my name is Cara and I have a reading for you for the month of October. I channel and I also pull cards to get some confirmation and clarity on what's happening. And as I sat down to tune into your energy, I got this memory slash vision of a person who you've known for a while, but have treated more as a friend or an acquaintance. And it's like you've recently got to know them, or this month you're going to get to know them a little bit better and see a side to them that kind of blows your mind. And in some cases, for some of you, it'll blow your heart wide open. And it's like you get this hug or you have an interaction with them that shifts something for you, or you see them interact with someone, maybe a child or a room, like you just see the side to them, like they put on their professional phone voice or something, and it just like clicks. Or you maybe know them as a serious person and you see this like goofy, playful side to them, and you're like, whoa, oh my God, I have slept on this person and they're incredible. And for some of you, this will turn into a romantic connection. And for others, it might turn into like, whoa, I need to go into business with that person, or they just inspired me to go do something that I have been thinking about for a while. It's like suddenly they're so activating, and you're like, I didn't think I wanted a long-term relationship before, but now I do. And it may not be with that person specifically, but like, whew, that is what I want. Like just super clarity. So that seems cool. And again, this is like a general reading for Pisces, so everything will not resonate with everyone, but it does. If it does, let me know in the comments. I recently took a trip to Sedona and I brought like a plain deck of cards with me and some Sharpies, and I actually made cards while I was there. And so if words or ideas came to me in the moment, I would just write it down, and it created like a little time capsule, energy, spirit capsule souvenir. So that was a really fun thing to do, and I'm probably going to keep doing it. But I'm going to use these cards to just tune in to the overall energy for October for Pisces. Okay. So ancestors was the first card that kind of popped out, and I think you're very much surrounded by your ancestors right now, and it's almost like a very playful, interacting energy. And for ancestors, this can mean like 7 generations back. So people you don't even know, but they are part of your DNA. But they're really sort of like playfully observing and so curious as to what's going to happen next. And I think they're also involved in some ways of like guiding you to where you need to be to kind of see these new versions of people and that one person in particular. And I think because you're like having this new realization, and the small print here says, remember, you co-create your life experience. So if you are in a place currently at the beginning of the month that isn't making you happy, perhaps you kind of been stuck in your career or stuck on a situationship, or things aren't developing fast enough for you, and there's just a little bit of stagnation in an area of your life, this is calling you to think up some new ideas. And what are some things that you've always wanted to do, whether it's take a trip to somewhere specific or visit even like a coffee shop that has been on your radar for a long time, or try a new food somewhere like at a restaurant where you almost always get the same thing. Those little shifts just start to like open up like new opportunities for you. And I think that's what leads to you seeing a different version of somebody that has been in your field for a long time. And when you do that, like you're going to get stability. Like you're going to actually feel like, whew, this is it. This is actually the outcome that was meant to happen. I'm gonna get a couple more cards from this deck. Just see like overall energy. Okay, I didn't realize this till now, but I have romance in this deck twice. So this person coming through is actually a romantic partner. And it is going to be someone that you have slept on before. And it does seem like you know them already in some way. Maybe not closely, but you do know them. And it may just be like you have a friend group that's similar and you just never actually interacted before. Or it's someone that you knew like 10 years ago, and maybe the last time you knew them they had a certain hair color, or if it's a masculine, like they didn't have facial hair, and like now you see them and their hair is different color, different haircut, or they have more facial hair than they did before, and you're just suddenly like, oh, whoa, like this is a glow up, or like you've really just changed in so many ways. And that's amazing. But I do think there is a lot you need to actually release. And I think this is something or someone, or maybe the idea of what you wanted in a relationship, and you know for a long time that it hasn't been serving you. And what comes to mind is when Harry met Sally, and Sally's friend is in love with like someone she works with, and he's in a relationship. He's either married or has a serious committed girlfriend, and like she's always talking about him, and then she's like, I don't think he's ever going to leave her. And it's like, you know that he's never going to leave her. And like it's like in reverse, like instead of cold feet before marriage, like you have cold feet of really letting that go. Because like, no, it's not aligned with your highest path, but like, you know this, and it's like you have cold feet of actually releasing it and letting it go. But in order for this to come into your life, you need to let it go. And like in the movie, when Harry met Sally, like she's having this conversation, like he gets like flowers or something, and it's from this other person, and she's like, I don't think he's ever gonna leave her. And it's like, yeah, he isn't. And like within the next 2 hours, she meets the love of her life, and they connect and get married and like move in together, and it's beautiful. But like, it can happen so fast when you release it. So even though you have cold feet of releasing it because you had this like romanticized pedestal idea of how beautiful a relationship could be with someone, like release it, trust that you have something better in store for you. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to my traditional tarot deck. It's a Light Seers Tarot. And I would like to know what is going to happen in October for Pisces. So, Five of Pentacles came out. Again, it's like you've been just ruminating on either a job you don't love or it isn't serving you the way it once did, or a relationship situationship that isn't serving you. But you are going to get up this month and use this key to open the door, because it's there and you know it's there, and you're just like, oh, but I'm so tired, I don't want to get up and get that key. But it's ready for you. It's ready for you. It's a time. And once you make that shift and you take that action and that step, you suddenly realize like you are the creator of your life, and you like it goes with this card, like you are the magician and you are co-creating your life experience, and you are following the nudges and the synchronicities, and you're seeing them for what they are, and it just creates this like, oh my God, I knew something big was coming, but I didn't ever imagine it could be this big and this good and this wildly interesting thing. And because you're like trusting that magic, like an abundance of wealth and finances and love is coming for you. And it is going, like, this is a slow moving card, but it is going to happen for you, and you're going to really start to feel this energy in October. But you have to get over the cold feet. You've got to say no to what hasn't been serving you and open that door and like follow that opportunity. Even if it seems like kind of not as exciting as what you're letting go of, just try it. Just try it, because there is some magic that is wanting to come through you. It's like pushing on a bubble, like a bubble gum bubble, and it's like ready to burst, but it's just waiting for you to like puff that last bit of air into it, and like, yeah, it might explode and make a mess, but then you're gonna be like, oh my God, I can see things so clearly now, and I want this magic in my life. I want the love, I want the romance, and it's all right there. Wow, far out. I love it. Oh, Pisces, I think this is going to be a great month for you. I hope this resonates. If it didn't, just leave it. That's all right. There's another reader out there for you with a message for you. I hope you have a great month, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.